All right, well, hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another live stream. Wanted to just to start off today by giving you guys a few little tidbits regarding journals. So to start us off today, we're going to go ahead and start with journal do's and don'ts. Things that you should be aware of when doing your journals, folks. I know I've been beating a dead horse here, but it seems as though not a lot of people are understanding what it is that we're going for when doing journals. So that is why we're talking about them today. Make sure, of course, that we're not doing. Make sure I got this right here. Make sure that we're not putting one single sentence or one single word, things like that, in our journals. I'm actually going to make a graphic as we move along here. That way that you guys can work along this this kind of timeline with me. Do's and don'ts. That way that you guys can work along this with me. You guys can talk about this with me. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in Google Hangouts, post them in Google Classroom in a private comment. One thing you guys can utilize to collaborate is class comments. Please don't post your journals in class comments. All right. Let's talk about journal do's and don'ts. All right. So for those of you that are not familiar with the journals, they must be 3 sentences long. Okay. Oopsies. 3 sentences long. Every journal must be 3 sentences long. There's a reason that we're doing that. Want to make sure that you're keeping up your ability to create and craft full sentences, which means that it starts with a capital letter, ends with a period. I don't know why I have to be the bearer of bad news, but some of you guys don't know how to do that. You need to go back to first grade and figure out how to make a sentence. That's not good. Some of you need to go back to first grade, seriously, and go figure out how to make a sentence, because some of these sentences start with a lowercase I and then don't with no apostrophe in it, and then no spelled N-O, which is really, really inconsistent, folks. Correct spellings, folks. Correct spellings will take you a long way. All right. I'm making this a requirement because I got a lot of people that spell things incorrectly, and it's because they have, certain conditions to where that's a thing for them. Okay. And then I have folks that just do it because they don't know, and they don't know how to right click. Folks, when you go into Google Docs at any time, okay, I've created a little Google Doc here so you guys can see kind of how we do this whole right click thing to spell things correctly. Okay. So I've spelled the word quarantine and quarantined incorrectly. This is how you fix that. Just right click and it gives you the right spelling, folks. It's not difficult. All right. That's all you have to do is right click on your mouse and click the right one. Folks, it's not hard. I'm asking this of you because if you were to write these answers to a professor in college, or if you were to write this in a resume, or if you were to write this in a professional document, nobody would take you seriously. That's another thing. Some of you did all this in your confidentiality reports, graphic design folks, 5th and 8th period, and you spelled hordes of things wrong. And I know I spell things wrong on occasion because I'm typing really fast, and I've been a, I will tell you right now, I've done that myself, but I always go back and correct it. Anytime you guys give me a, hey, you spelled the word and AD, and it's, crud, I need to go back and put the N in there. And I go back and correct it. Folks, be good stewards of your assignments and put them in correctly, all right? So that's how we do that. On top of making them 3 sentences long, making sure that they are correct spellings, not in class comments. Please don't put them in class comments. I had a few people, especially my PIT folks, you guys were putting them all in your class comments. Those don't register in your assignments, so you guys actually had missing assignments because 1, you didn't hit the turn in button, 2, you put it in a class comment and I couldn't see it unless I went to another page to go find it. Okay, you have to turn it in a private comment or a Google Doc. I recommend a Google Doc because it's easier to make sure that you got something in there, and then you've hit the submit button. The The private comment is really great too, because all I have to do is check that you did it. I even get an email that you did it to make sure that you did it. Folks, make sure that you do them. All right. So don't put them in a class. Don't put them in a class comment. Okay. Also, on top of not putting them in class comments, okay, because that's been a big deal. I want to make sure that we also are hitting the turn in button. Okay. If you do not hit the turn in button, you will not get credit for your journal. I'll give you the attendance if you wrote the sentences. If you write the sentences in a class comment, I'll give you the attendance credit, but you will not get the journal credit, which is a 0, affectionately. Okay, and when I put all these journals together, that 1 0 can be the difference between a failing and not failing, or a B and a C, or a B and an A. Okay, so let's be good stewards of our time. You guys put in the work to do the journals. Let's make sure that we turn them in correctly. Okay, it's not that hard, folks. Make sure that you turn them in correctly. All right. I hope that makes a little bit of sense on journals. These are journals do's and don'ts. Make sure we don't do any of these, guys, or do the ones that you're supposed to be. They need to be 3 sentences long. Make sure they have correct spellings. Make sure that they're not in class comments. Make sure you hit the turn in button. They need to be in a place in Google Doc or private comment. Okay. Let's be good stewards of our time. Let's make sure that we do this correctly and do this well. All right. I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you guys. Let's go ahead and move on with the rest of our day today. We're going to start off with AVP1 and your assignment for this week. I haven't yet done your video, so here's a great time for you guys to get in and talk about it. If you have any comments, please place them in the live stream chat. Please place them in Google Hangouts. Please put them in an email. Put them in private comments. Folks, you have about 5 to 6 different ways to find me, to email me. You have 5 or 6 different ways to do that, so make sure that you guys get on that. All right, let's talk about AVP1, folks. Let's talk about your assignment this week. First and foremost, good job on you guys last week. Many of you already got this in, but I'm still missing 10 of these. That's a lot of missing assignments. That's a lot of zeros in the grade book after today. Yesterday, it was a 70 for being late. Today, it's a 50 for being late. Tomorrow, it's a 0 for being late. Folks, you had till Sunday to get these done. I recommended doing them by Friday. You had all the way to Sunday to get them done, and I'm still missing 10 of them. So go ahead and get those done. It was really easy. All you had to do was do your watch the video, create a promo in this Google Doc, create a radio sweep in this Google Doc, and that's all it was, folks. All the instructions were there. I gave you multiple examples. I offered you guys the ability to come on the live stream and get help. I had 2 people come on the live stream and get help. I even offered some emergency times yesterday, or that Friday night, for you guys to come in and work with me. I offered you guys the ability to email me at any time, call me at any time, do Google Meets with me at any time, Google Hangouts with me at any time. You have the ability to contact me at any time to make this happen. The responsibility of this grade is on you, not on me. I have made myself readily available, and I have recordings of me being readily available for you. Okay, let's real fast before I get started with today. I'm gonna show you what I do at the beginning of every day, at the beginning of every stream. Okay, we are live in the YouTube stream. If you are having trouble with your assignments, please come find me. I am also in Google Hangouts at the link below. Please come ask for help if you need it. Here's another I'm going to go ahead and get into meets real fast so I can show you guys how that works. Let's click in meet. Oh, that's chats. Meet. Starting a meeting called Fitzwater's office. Doo-doo-doo. Copying our thing there. And this actually shows you, this is only my mic because my video is being used by YouTube, so I will allow, I'm pretty much doing this right here. I can still share my screen with you guys. That's not hard, okay? I can still present my screen, which is down behind me here. Ooh, this side. All right, so I can still present my screen. I can still help you guys out. If you want, come into the live stream, ask your questions there. It's super easy. I'm going to post this below, that way everybody has it. Let's also go ahead and post the live stream. Make sure everybody knows how to get to us. Stream URL. And of course, I'm going to give us a little bit of a kick in the pants here. And let's check it out. 10 missing assignments in AVP1. Let's go check. You know what? I'm gonna go check everybody just to make sure everybody's getting that message. Okay. 2 missing assignments in 5th period. Five missing assignments in AVP2. Oh, y'all were doing yearbook last week. 8th period. Eight missing assignments in 8th period graphic design. Folks, if you are one of these people, come and get help. I can't show that, of course, here on the stream, but I want to make sure that you guys have every opportunity to get your stuff in. Guys, I'm here. I'm here to help. Yesterday, I walked someone through their assignment piece by piece. I had a few people come into the assignment. You can ask some of the folks in 8th period and 5th period. They were really confused at how to do the confidentiality agreement. Folks, if you're having trouble with that in graphic design, when we did the client confidentiality agreement, I took 2 students, literally point by point. I took them box by box. I even took them sentence by sentence in that assignment to show them how to make that happen. Guys, I literally laid it on a platter for them. If you have any questions, please come ask. Please come ask, okay? Because I don't want this to be something where you guys are having so much trouble that you're pulling your hair out. I had a student yesterday that was yelling at their parents because they were so frustrated with all the assignments, and the parent had called me and said, "Hey, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this student to do this work. Just go ahead and fail the student." Guys, I'm not up to doing that. I don't want to fail you. My job is not to fail you. My job is to teach you, to educate you, and to make sure that you know what you're doing. So what I want you to do is contact me. Please come contact me and make sure that you know what it is that you're doing. That way that we can get this figured out. Oh, I just realized I put all of that in your book. So I'm going to go put that in my office. Bam, there you go. Hopefully you guys are taking time to do that correctly. Here we go. Sorry, I got to tell your book. Sorry, that was supposed to be in my office. Hang out. Office. See, I did. I misspelled it. So, yeah, correct away, guys. All right, so folks, That'll also be going out in a remind here shortly, here on the live stream. That way that we can all talk about that together. But before we get started on that, I want to make sure that that I am being a good steward of your time and my time, and we are going to get started with. I just realized I had this over here. We're gonna get started with. Yeah, let's get started with Audio Video Production 1, third period. This is you guys' assignment. Let's go ahead and start with it here in Google Classroom. A little bit lighter of a week today because we did do a lot of stuff last week, and you guys did some radio sweep fun stuff. You guys did a great job on this Audio Video 1. I was very impressed with some of the things that you guys were putting into it. I am still concerned that we have 10 assignments still missing. Folks, that's a 50 today. It's Tuesday. That's a 50. Yesterday, Monday, it was a 70 for late. And then, of course, tomorrow, it's a 0. If you don't get it in today, it's super late, and it's done. I have no remorse. I have no way to gauge you off of that, guys. We usually have all of our stuff due Friday. You know that. But we actually gave you administration, gave you all the way to Sunday. So you should have had all the way to Sunday to fix this and figure it out. You had all the way through that weekend to contact me. You had all the way through the week to contact me. I gave you a step-by-step instruction manual on 1, how to do it, 2, where to find it, 3, where to contact me, and hopefully you gauged that well, and you found me, and some of you did, and you asked me how to do it, and it was super easy. Many of you just did it, and you guys, you got 100 for it. Very nice. We're very proud of how you guys handled the radio sweeps. Those 11 of you that have it in already, very proud of how you guys handled that. Some of you kind of skimped out on us, but guys, good job. Overall, those of you that turned it in. All right, so let's go ahead and go up to the top. If you aren't doing your attendance journals, make sure you are. Good job for the 7 of you that already have it in, and it's before noon. Guys, I recommend getting it done before noon. It's just easier that way. You don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day, and also it's just kind of it kind of wakes you up for the day, wakes you up for the rest of your day, wakes me up for the rest of my day when I go in and check out all the journals that you guys are doing and go and read through those. Very smart idea to go and read through those. All right, so let's talk about your assignment this week, radio broadcasting. This one specifically is broadcasting and transmission. The first thing you should notice is a lot of words. Don't freak out, because the first thing I want you to look down here is and see is that there are 3 different options to completing submission 2. And they're so easy. All right. They are really easy, except for option 3. If you're doing option 3, good for you. I wouldn't. Guys, I would just do the video. It's super easy. All you have to do is do a radio broadcast and video yourself doing it. It's not hard. It's really easy. And I'm excited to see what you guys do, because I'm actually going to put these together in a video. So do these well, because they're really it's going to be something really fun that we do. Okay, I'm trying to give you guys a fun activity to do while you're stuck inside and quarantined. So I hope that this is fun for you. I've already had a few students ask me a few things regarding this assignment, so I'm going to answer those real fast. The first one was the video, and we'll go through this a little bit. Actually, let me answer those at the end. That way I get a full comprehensive explanation of that through the video, and then we'll go back and answer those. So first things first, descriptions at the top. Make sure that you do your attendance, folks. If you haven't done your attendance yet, make sure you go do that. There's 14 of you that haven't done it today. Third period, you guys have been really good about doing that. Probably the class I'm least worried about on attendance journals. More worried about on missing assignments, though. All right, so first submission. Let's talk about radio broadcasting, and transmission. Broadcasting is done through 2 main forms of frequencies. There are AM and FM frequencies. Now, we have the ability to research and know how both of those work, because we still use radio today. We also use digital radio, so you'll need to know the difference between analog and digital radio. So those things will all be covered here in the bottom. If you want to see it all in a video format, I've given you a video down here that's got a guide that kind of explains AM modular frequencies as well as the FM frequencies that are that are a lot easier for radios to contact you by. So these frequencies there's some stark differences, but mostly the idea is the same. FM, of course, being better, but AM being better for distance. AM needing a carrier wave, FM not needing a carrier wave, just using resonant frequencies using your antenna. So yeah, that's kind of how we make that work. I want you to research this a little bit more. My apologies. Woo, that yawn though. I want you to research this a little bit more and figure out what it looks like to you. But the easiest thing I think you guys will be able to pick up on is on the what is it called? ExplainThatStuff.com. I've left a little bitty down here. None of you guys have asked for paper copies. All of you are online, so I expect everyone in this class to be an online student, to be able to access all this stuff. I've given you both the ability to do radio and digital radio, AM versus FM, as well as AM and FM, the differences between those in a video. Watch it, folks. It's really simple. It's really easy. It's really informative, and I really thought it was intriguing. I actually learned one or two things in the on the ExplainThatStuff.com that I actually didn't realize. A little bit more about transistors that I didn't realize. So I'm actually learning stuff while putting all this stuff up there. So I hope you guys are too. Different ways to complete this. Here we go. Submission 1. All you are doing is you are going to fill out, just like a worksheet, fill out the answers. All the questions are here. All the answers are in the video and the website. Okay. I pasted them up here just in case you're having trouble finding those, or you forgot, oh, I gotta click on those, and you open up the Google Doc already. All you need to do is figure out what AM radio stands for, define carrier waves, what does an antenna do, yada yada. All of that is in the video. All of that is in the website. You should be able to use both of them mutually exclusively, which means one or the other, to find all of the answers. They should all be in there. The only thing I think that is not in one of them is digital or analog process, digital versus analog. That is going to be here in the article. Okay, that's one of the only ones that's actually only in the article and not in the video. So if you haven't figured that out or found that, that's where that is. All right. So just fill these out. Super easy to fill them out. Then at the bottom, I ask you an opinionated question that you have to fill out. Guys, it's gotta be 5 sentences. It has to be 5 sentences. And it has to be 5 complete sentences. If you're not doing 5 complete sentences and you're just separating them by commas, that's one run-on sentence, folks. You're not gonna get the credit for it, all right? Be good stewards of your time. Do it correctly. That way you get all the credit for all of this crazy time you're putting into all of these crazy time that you're putting into all of these things. Okay, make it worth it. All right, so that's really easy. Just do the worksheet. Submission 2 is the way that you can do it. There's 3 ways to do submission 2. You can either create a live radio broadcast by videoing yourself giving a broadcast, play your favorite song beforehand. Okay. Once the song ends, give your station frequency, name and slogan, rule of 3. Okay. Then give us a 30-second news story from the week. Give us a 15-second update on how things are going at home since Braves ID began. Give your rule of 3 a second time. And finally end it by going into your next song. Do not use the whole song at the beginning. Don't use the whole song at the end of the video. You can just play the end of one of the songs and the beginning of one of the songs to give us a segmentation. This should be the easiest thing in the book for you to do, guys. That way that I can see that you understand radio. Now, what I would like you to do is use a radio announcer's voice. Okay, what I don't want you to do is go, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and this is such and such radio at whatever frequency. We play the coolest hits." Like, nobody wants to listen to that junk, guys. Let's be real honest. Nobody wants to listen to that junk. So how do we prepare against that? How do we do radio voice? Well, you can prepare it by talking in the top of your throat instead of talking down here and being super relaxed about it. Get a really deep breath and begin to talk way up here, and then start to bring it down to where it starts to sound a little bit more natural, and then you can start doing what we call inflection. AVP folks, we talked about inflection already when you guys we're doing radio frequencies, when we were doing cymatics, when we were doing a lot of other stuff like that regarding camera and camera work, and when you guys were on camera. Inflection helps everyone, okay, see how to do things. So what I want you guys to see, getting a little dark there on that side, what I want you guys to see is how to do this well, how to do this correctly with radio voice. Give me some radio voice in there. If you don't know how to do it, go listen to a radio station. They'll show you how to do it, all right? Option 2, you can create a live video recorded commentary over a news or news story, okay? This is over, and the reason I made these longer is because most of you are probably going to read pieces of those stories in there, which I'm totally okay with, but that's why this one's just a little bit longer, okay? So you need to give us commentary over a news story that is happening in the world today. Start by giving us your rule of 3. Give us 2 30-second stories from this week. So Trump says that the coronavirus quarantine is going to last all the way till April 30th, except you're not going to say all those ums, right? And then you give another one like Betty White confirmed secure in her home, quarantined away from coronavirus. And, you know, you read a little bit of it. You talk about it just a little bit. You need to talk about it, give your opinion on it. You're a radio station. My apologies for that yawn. And then give a 15-second update on how things are going since Braves ID began in your home. So you might say, in my house, actually, coronavirus isn't affecting us all that much. We get some really good food out of it. That's been a little bit more fun, a little bit more terrible for my stomach, actually, but it's been pretty good so far. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of this week's going to go. School's been kind of weird, but it seems like we're doing pretty well in school. So, but that is our, here our frequency, our name, our slogan, and we hope to see you guys. Hope to see you guys later. Then finally end by going into another song or a song period. Okay. You do not have to start with a song, but you can give 2 news stories if you wish. Option 3 is writing one out. Now, I gave you this option because I know I'm going to have a lot of people that are like, I don't want to get on camera and I don't want to do that. And we won't show those. If you choose for us not to show those, you can always put in the comments, please don't put this in. Please don't show this to anybody. That's fine. I won't. We won't place those on line or do anything like that. But we will be using them for a grade. Make sure that you do them well. Option 3. You can write it out in an essay if you really want to. I know a lot of people are pretty much done with writing essays. So if you don't want to take the video, the really easy activity, the fun activity, you can always write it. I've given you a place in this Google Doc to do that. So if you'll look down here, if you choose to do option 1, just paste the link if you put it on like YouTube, or just tell me, hey, I submit the video in Google Classroom. Cool, no bigs. If you chose to do option 2, you can say, you can put the link here, or simply put the words, I've submitted the video in Google Classroom. Cool. If you choose to do option 3 is right here. You can write the essay. Do not try to put a title that is obnoxiously large and then try to put a bunch of spaces underneath it with a bunch of tabs with big old letters. I have put all of the necessary requirements right here. Okay. It must be single spaced, Times New Roman, 12-point font. Use only 1 tab for indentations, no more than 1 sentence quotation, and no title. Okay, no title in here. All right. Hope that makes a little bit of sense to you that are choosing to do the essay. God help you, those of you that are trying to do the essay. Oh, look, Brenton's trying to finish it. Good for you, Brenton. Good for you, Brenton. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on. Make sure I do have actually. I'm getting a few little comments here, so I will address those here in a second. I got 2 emails sitting there. I saw those with little question marks on them, so I will get to your questions, folks, here in a second. Don't fret. All right, that is AVP2 or AVP1 in a nutshell. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here, so it's gonna fade to black. But hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, find me jordan.fitzwater at communityisd.org. Find me on YouTube on the live stream. Find me in Google Meets, Google Hangout. You can add a private comment in Google Classroom. You can do just about anything. Your parents can message me back on the Remind if they have any questions. And of course, I will be available as much as I can be to help you guys through this. Please ask questions. Please come get help. My sole intention working these hours is to give you help. I want to give you help. All right. Hope you guys have a phenomenal week. All right. So that's AVP1. Let's go ahead and continue off here. Where did I go? Where'd my thing go? Oh, there it is. All right. I'm just bringing us to the daily overlay, so give me just 1 second. All right, so we did our journal do's and don'ts. I've done AVP1 assignments, originality reports, copy and pasting. I have a few of you that are asking a few questions, so I will get to those here in a second. Okay, I do want to talk to you guys about the last two things here before we get started at the end here. Originality reports, guys. Originality reports are the ability for us to go into a Google Doc and check that you guys have done these correctly. Okay. I have hidden the student's name on this document so that you can't see what it is, but I want you to see kind of what this looks like. Originality reports show us, the teacher, if you are plagiarizing during one of these assignments. I just released a video yesterday teaching the teachers how to utilize originality reports. I know you're all probably going, oh, why did you do that? Because I care about your education, and you shouldn't be copying and pasting anyway, because that's against the law. One, it's plagiarism. So let's go through it real fast, and let's talk about what it looks like to not plagiarize, all right? So let's start off here with this thing I got behind my head here. This is one of our earlier AVP1 folks. Not going to release names because of FERPA, but this is one of their assignments. And they decided to plagiarize on that assignment. Okay. And inside that assignment, it shows us how they plagiarized. Okay. So this is, I'm going to actually show you what that looks like. I'm going to go, give me a second to go to that assignment. We go to that assignment and show you what it looks like when you do that incorrectly. So what I'm actually going to do is right there where it says 5 flagged passages. Oopsies. There we go. Where it says 5 flagged passages, I'm actually going to click on that. It's not going to show the person's name at the top of this next screen, so you can't go look for it or look up whose it was. All right, but I will show you what it looks like from our perspective here on my screen. All right, so here's what that looks like. It shows us, and you'll see that it has it highlighted in these areas, what it is that's actually copywritten, plagiarized content. Okay, it shows exactly where you guys pull it from. On top of that, it tells us how much of your assignment is one of those copy passages. So if you'll notice, 13% of this entire thing, of this entire piece of work, is from Wikipedia. 10% of this piece of work is from Dawsons.co.uk, 8% from Streambreeze, 7% from Clip Dealer. And you guys, and they copied that straight from. So they have 4 points of plagiarism. And for all intents and purposes, I should have given this person a 0. I didn't. I gave this person a reduced grade, and they got 37 points off. of their grade. And then, of course, this assignment had a little bit of a curve with it, so good for you. But in the future, if we do see anything like this, and you are plagiarizing for your content, for your assignments, you will get a 0. I have no remorse in doing so. All right? Especially those of you that are doing this essay content. If I find out that you have done any more than 5 to 10% and it is not cited, you will get a full-on 0 for this assignment. We are not going to plagiarize in this class, folks. You guys are way better than that, and your grades are worth way, way, way more than that, guys. All right, so that's originality reports, copy and pasting. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Next thing, class meeting, Friday. This Friday at 1 p.m. during our original class time, our original stream time, I would like to do a full class meeting. I'm going to be putting this out on Remind. I'm putting this in Google Classroom, putting it out on Hangouts. Full class meeting. Reason why is there's not a lot of people. There's some people that are not actually seeing the live stream. There's a lot of people that are not getting these rules. There's a lot of people that are not seeing what it looks like on YouTube to do these assignments. There's a lot of people that are still not up to par with their classes. And some of you guys are still doing late work. Some of you guys still are doing procedural stuff that's incorrect. I want to have a hangout 1 p.m. Friday. You guys come in. You can do one of many things. You can ask questions about assignments and stuff, or we can just hang out. I'm down for either. Okay, I'll be there at 1 p.m. on Friday, and I'm asking everybody to be there. There's going to be a few games that we play there in the actual time that we're there. I hope that they're fun. But at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys are getting all the content you need to be successful in this class. Yes, we're still doing class. We're just doing a little bit differently. I want you guys to be successful during this time. In fact, given the fact that you don't have notes and extra work and in-class work, plus the weekly assignment, plus the projects, you should be making a phenomenal grade in quarter 4. You should be making an amazing grade during this time. Hello, puppy. Because it's less work, it's easier work, and all of the answers are standing right in front of you. In fact, I give them to you, okay? All right, so I hope that that makes sense. Google meeting, class meeting, Google Meets, 1 p.m. I'll be there. I'll send it out on Remind here soon. That way that everybody knows about it. I'll send it out in a Tyler Sis email. I'll send it out via my email, Google Hangouts, everywhere that I can be. I hope that that makes sense to everybody. But what I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a few of these questions, okay? Give me a second to bring up my little question board here. All right. All right, so question time. Question time with a big old fat U. I didn't see that. Question time with a big old fat U. Here we go. First question. Give me a second to look at them. All right. Okay. All right. First question is for graphic design. Let me go ahead and get to this screen real fast so that I can answer it well. First question is for graphic design, and they're asking about the 2 separate submissions in their assignment. So let's go ahead and go look at that real fast. That way I can answer it well. Oops, I still didn't change the little cue for question. There. How about that? Question time. All right. So for your their question was the discrepancy between option 1 and option 2. What is this video supposed to look like? If you haven't yet, go check YouTube, go check your playlist, go check graphic design, the playlist graphic design, distance learning. That's going to give you guys a really quick tutorial on how to do this assignment, all right? I break it down step by step, all right? You're basically giving a video to Bayside Nutrition and you're saying, hey, what's up? This is how you can market better. That's literally it. To do that, to tell them how to do that, you're going to use the 4 P's that you just learned in the video and in the website. By the way, everybody in 5th period is all online. Nobody's asking for hard copies, so this should be really easy for you guys. So tell them about the 4 P's. Tell them where they're lacking in one of those. Tell them where they're doing really well in one of those. One of those that they might not be doing very well is promotion, because they don't yet have a website up. So you can utilize that. You are a virtual marketing consultant right here. And I want to make sure that you guys see that, understand that, hear that, because you guys are the kind of crux. You are the crux to their marketing scheme. You're the one that is going to help them look, feel, and act and be better. All right. So that is your job. Now, if you choose not to do the video, you can do the essay portion, and all of those things are down there in the bottom. You can, you'll make it single space, Times New Roman 12 font, using only 1 tab for indentations, no more than 1 sentence for quotations. Title must be 14-point font in the header and not take up room on the page, meaning it has to be in the header, and you cannot, and if it's not, I'll fix it for you. I'll fix the formatting for you, and I'll take off points for having to fix the formatting for you. So don't do that. Don't be that guy. All right. So question time, graphic design. Ooh, let me pull this up real fast. Graphic design, submission 2. All right. So graphic design, submission 2, check mark. Answered. I hope that makes sense. All you're doing is you are a virtual consultant. If you scrubbed through the video to this part, I just answered it a second ago. So yeah, you're a virtual consultant for Bayside Nutrition, and you're showing them how to use the 4 P's. You're showing them how to better market themselves. Be amazing. All right, let's look at the next question. All right. Yes. Okay. Good question. Good question. I sent out an email about, let's go put this on the Blackboard real fast. I sent out an email the other day about the Adobe Suite being put into, circulation for our school, for our devices. If you guys have a personal device at home and you're utilizing one and you would like to use it as your kind of Photoshop guide, yes, the Adobe Suite is going to be made available for you guys that here in the next coming days and weeks. We have put in an application. We put it in last week, an application for good Lord, dog. We put in an application last week for the Adobe Suite to for community ISD students, so that you guys could utilize that in the near future. We want to make sure that we offer that to you guys, especially those of you that would like to utilize it and practice on it, getting ready for the ACA exam. We are trying to do that. It is free. It is going to take, a few hardware requirements. So if you are wondering if maybe your hardware is not up to par and you don't know if it's going to be able to handle that, please ask. Email me, find me on the live stream, whatever. Okay. So the Adobe Suite, yes, it is on its way. It is coming. I swear it is coming. It is coming. All right. We are trying to get it here. We're trying to get it here. Graphic design going forward. Those of you that are not doing the ACA prep, you don't have to worry about that. But if you are, it is on its way. The next question I saw underneath that one is also about ACA prep, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that one already. We are going to be doing an ACA prep. We're going to be doing ACA prep during my office hours on Wednesdays. Okay, so that is going to be Wednesday afternoon. 1 p.m. session. If you are interested in doing ACA prep, that is when that is going to take place. I'm going to send out a reminder about that as well here soon, talking about that. Send out a Tyler Sis here soon talking about that. Hopefully you guys are already here watching the stream or watching some form of it. That way that you guys can do this really well. Options in the future for ACA certifications. Those of you that did not opt into it, I don't have your name on that list. Please don't try to opt into it now because you've already missed a lot of very crucial things at the very beginning of, before spring break, beginning of the semester this year. But I want to really push those of you that want to do this, want to do ACA prep. Please push to take this exam. It is worth it. All right. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I will have you prepared for that test. That is my goal, to have you completely prepared for that test. All right. I am here. I am answering questions. Those were the only 3 I had so far from folks. If you have any other questions, please find me. Right now, I am in Google Meet. I am in Google Hangout. Folks, I am everywhere. I don't know who William is, but okay. I don't think I have a William in my class. That's why I'm really confused. But, so yeah, get in the Google Hangout, folks. Get in the Google Meet. Let's talk. Let's get through this. Let's get through this COVID-19 scare. Let's get through all this sort of stuff, and we'll be better for it on the other side of this. I'm really excited about the coming weeks. I'm really excited about the coming instruction that we have for you guys. We are gonna make this fun. Remember after radio sweeps, we were actually gonna do a live radio broadcast. I'm not sure that that's gonna happen. I want it to still happen. If it can, I want it to happen later on in the year. So we are intending to try to do that. I am still intending to do the multicam thing. I think I had somebody message me about that in private comments on Google the other day. The multicam thing, those of you that are in AVP1, the multicam switch, the news, I do want to still do that. If we can get back in school in May, that would be awesome. Okay, I do want to do that. If not, we're still learning about multicam. We're still learning about all that stuff before you leave. You will know how to do it before we leave this year. All right, so don't fret. We are on our way. I hope that this helps. I'm going to go ahead and leave this open for any comments, questions, concerns, and hopefully give you guys the ability to get those questions answered. All right, so I am going to leave you with that. I hope that you guys are doing well. If you do have some really funny stories, really cool questions, or even just want to hang out, guys, I'm in Google Meets all day from 10 to 2, or 11 to 2, but usually I'm logged in by 10. So come talk. All right.
Grind for your yard. Grind in the veins. That means man can't starve. Grind to the end. And me not laugh.
So the media were talking. Won't be long till they call off. Me there from morning. You never see me walk off. Everybody did from the war start warm up. Me dog them there. And anybody figure bark up. Come in and take talk. Make Babylon park up. They weren't here for the struggle or start off. Listen, this music culture. So me rise umbrella upon a vulture. Me no want no pagan come round. And I stand up at the front. My seat like a soldier. But don't play beat and red white body like yoga. Anytime my dogs them walk over. From long time in and these stripes for the shoulder. Bumper one smelly aroma.
Grime in your face. Grind for your dance. Grind from the streets. Grind for your yard. Grime in the veins. That means man can't starve. Grind to the end. And me not laugh. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo.
Me there for supporters. Them there for the playlist. Some of them selectors have to follow orders. So they're never gonna play this. Killing with the latest. Them have to make room, leave spaces. Step in a face, night boot, tight laces. Send them and have a harpoon on the basis. They were true when grind needed saving. Me and them are not kosher. So we sky high race for the dub place. Me the ram with a skin with promoter. I tell them money up front on me. Now chat, I run up on the stage and reel off. My belly have it full, my weed have it strapped. I represent grime to the max, so I wanna see the gun fingers from the front to the back.
Grime in your face. Grind for your dance. Grind from the streets. Grind for your yard. Grime in the veins. That means man can't starve. Grind to the end. And me not laugh.
Trying to find the simple. You got them and they ain't making progress. They get gas when they hear a hit single. But don't wanna be a part of the process. That's why we part of them. The man they can't mix, not mingle. Can't hold on my management for a jingle. Only got time for the certified dons from back in the day when wins was illegal. Me and them are not family. So you never see me blessed with a pagan. One time radio tried to bang me. I got fire when I burn that blatant. One up on stations. Ever got a black reputation. I like my thing in any place or occasion. Tell some local man stay one side when we're having one of our grime celebrations.
Grime in your face. Grind for your dance. Grind from the streets. Grind for your yard. Grime in the veins. That means man can't starve. Grind to the end. And me not laugh. Grime in your face. Grind for your dance. Grind from the streets. Grind for your yard. Grime in the veins. That means man can't starve. Grind to the